Hi angels, welcome to Earth Angel Energy. I'm the Earth Angel and today I'm bringing you another pick a card reading, and today's topic is what makes you attractive. So when people look at you and they find you attractive, what makes them find you attractive? I have 3 piles for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So go ahead and take a second, see which pile resonates with you, and we can go ahead and get started. Hi, pile 1. So if you chose a first pile, then this is your reading on what makes you attractive. What about you do people find so attractive? So I'm seeing this really exciting duality with the Knight of Wands. We got the Hierophant and the Two of Wands. So first and foremost, the Hierophant, King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, you definitely have the look of someone where it's like, that's like wife material, that's husband material. Very much you look like the kind of person that people could bring home to their family, someone they could be proud of being with, someone that they would want to be committed to. So there's something respectable about you. You definitely look very well taken care of. You look like responsible. But at the same time with the Knight of Wands, there's something very like sexy and attractive about you as well, like a very fiery energy. It's almost like you look like fun, you look like you're exciting, but at the same time, you look like you have morals, you look like you have your life put together here. People really like your hair, you have a nice body. Something about your eyes too. If you're a man, if you have facial hair, I feel like people really like that as well. There's just like a lot of duality here. So for some of you, you could look a little bit younger than you are, but at the same time, you look very put together. You dress nicely. Once again, just kind of when people either imagine that person like a life partner, right? Someone who looks good, someone who looks like they're fun, but also someone who looks like they take care of their responsibilities. You look very like tidy, clean, neat, but at the same time, there's something that's very natural and exciting about you. In the summertime, for some of you, you get a really nice tan, or like your skin like turns like a really nice color. I heard freckles for some of you. Yeah, let's get some more. So far, I really like it. And I'm sure we've all known people like that as well, where once again, they look like they've got it all together. You could imagine taking them home to your family. You could take them home to your friends. Someone that even like, I just heard even my grandma would approve, even my grandpa would approve, but at the same time, exciting. Okay, let's get some more. What do people find attractive about you? Okay, like once again, I keep getting for you, it's like very hot, very attractive. I heard for some of you though, you leave a little bit to the imagination still. But once again, it's still exciting. It's very balanced. The 7 of Swords. I'm curious about that 7 of Swords. You do seem mysterious though. People feel like there's a lot beneath the surface. The way that you carry yourself, kind of the image that you give off right away. It's like people can tell that behind closed doors, you're very exciting, or it could be very exciting to be close to or intimate with you. Ace of Cups. You seem very loving and warm as well. So now I'm getting a lot more personality stuff. You could be someone who, once again, you have morals. You're just very balanced. I feel like it's not even just balance. It's like you have a little bit of everything. So you have morals, you know, you have kind of a code of conduct, but at the same time, you're not super judgmental. You're loving, but you're not like overly giving. Sometimes you'll be close to people and then you'll kind of be off to yourself. I feel like people never get tired of you. It's like they feel like, you know how sometimes people either feel like they get too much of a person or they don't get enough of a person? I feel like you strike that perfect balance where people never feel neglected by you, but they also never feel smothered by you either. High Priestess, very mysterious. 4 of Cups and the Star. You also make people feel a lot better as well too. So you do have a really good, if you've ever had to let people down, you let them down very easily. People could also assume that you are quite popular when it comes to love. And keep in mind, these are outside perspectives, so people are never really going to know what's going on in your personal life. But from the outside looking in, you make people feel really good. You're really nice, you're very engaging, you're attentive. I just heard you're not ever really awkward either. Even if you feel like you're awkward, you're not. This kind of reminds me, I've been seeing this a lot. So I moved to an area where people are really quite outgoing, which is nice. But sometimes like this happens a lot actually. I'll go to the gym or I'll go to a store and you just see someone like talking the ear off of like the cashier or something. And you can tell the cashier's like, oh my gosh, like we've probably been talking here for like 20 minutes. Like you never give off that kind of energy. Like if someone's talking to you, you'll talk to them, you'll be friendly, you'll be outgoing, but you kind of know how to navigate situations, how to make people feel like you care or that you're nice, but not too much. Yeah, 4 of Wands. People feel very comfortable around you. Okay, this is really interesting. 5 of Cups. Okay, and the Page of Wands. Okay. I definitely feel like if there's people who are a little bit less confident or less secure in themselves, I feel like they especially find you attractive because it's like you have that confidence and that self-assuredness and that excitement that they wish they had for themselves. But with the 4 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the Devil, I keep getting this energy of like people feel like they would get the best of both worlds with you. Like they feel like you would be, maybe for some of you, you're like monogamous or you're really into like kind of family values. But at the same time, people feel like it would never get boring. Like they would have fun with you or you'd be really exciting. Now, if you're in a relationship, then I also feel like this is what your partner finds really exciting about you. That at the same time, they could see having this kind of long lasting, like proper relationship. If you're married, if you're on the path to getting married, like that's all there, but it's never boring. Like you're exciting, you're fun. Death card and the King of Wands here. Ooh, okay. Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, and the Tower. Okay, so here's another thing. I don't know if you're in a relationship or if you're connected to somebody. There's something here once again where it's like best of both worlds. So I think also too, if you're in relationships, there's something confident about you. At the same time, you can kind of take a back seat, but you're also not afraid to take the driver's seat, if you know what I mean. Like sometimes you can really kind of be in charge of the energy. Other times you let your partner be in charge. Let's get a little bit more with that because I feel like there was something kind of popping up here. Ace of Swords. Also, I'll be honest, I did get that 8 of Cups, like the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower. You could also be the kind of person who's like, you know, if I'm in love, if I care about someone, like, yes, I'll be loyal, yes, I'll be committed, but, like, don't just think that, like, I'll never leave. You know what I mean? There's something about you having standards where people know that if things are not going the way that you want them to go, like, you're not afraid to kind of end a situation. People actually find that very attractive. Yeah, with the Death card. Okay, that's what the Death card was. Exactly. Yeah, it's like that respect. It's like when you walk away from someone and they're like, wait, no, I actually really love you. Like, it's kind of that energy. Now, I feel like you're kind of at a place in your life where you're past that. But people who are currently in your life know as well. It's like, I love you, I care, as long as this is a reciprocal relationship. But if, you know, things are too difficult, if you're not, you know, showing me love and support and care, like, I will end this situation. People find that very attractive. If you've walked away from situations, it's really raised your value in a lot of people's eyes here. 7 of Swords with the King of Swords. You can hold your own as well, too. Like, you're a peaceful person, you're a balanced person. So once again, I got a lot of like physical, kind of romantic, intimate attractiveness, but I also just got like general things about your personality that make you more attractive. And I'm sure we all know, you know, when someone's funny, when someone's smart, when someone's interesting, good conversationalist, it really ups their attractiveness. And so this is what I'm getting for you as well. People find you very intelligent, but people also feel like you have really strong either like morals or a strong ethical backbone. You're not afraid to communicate how you feel. You're not afraid to be honest. It's for the purpose of peace or like positivity. So you're not just one of those people who's like, I'm just gonna be contrary to be contrary. Like, I'm not gonna be blunt or honest just to like, you know, be harsh or be mean. People feel like when it's appropriate, like if you're having like a deeper conversation, there's something about you having a strong intellect and a strong moral backbone that people find very attractive. Also, I'll be honest, people see you as someone who's not like drama. You're not like someone who's gonna backstab somebody. You're not someone who's gonna like talk crap about people. Like, there's something about you where you're just not a fake person at all. You're not a backstabber, and people find that really attractive. Like, people know that you're a genuine person. Wow, the sun. Like, you're a genuine person. That's very attractive to people. Okay, anything else? Also, I'm just going to say it. Ace of Wands. This just, like, really popped up. If anyone has ever been, intimate with you, you've got it going on. You got it going on, and people find that very attractive, or your person finds that very attractive. Okay. Anything else? 3 of Wands, 6 of Cups. I think you've also become more attractive over time. People from your past find you incredibly attractive. And it's also kind of giving me that energy of like, man, I wish I would have known like you were going to have this glow up, or I wish you would have known. I wish I would have known like when we were adults that you were going to look so good or do so well or something. 8 of Cups. Like, you're also the kind of person who becomes more attractive after you leave people. No, you definitely have some people who are kind of salty about this. Dang, you have some people who are super upset about this, just so you know. Especially if you're, like, out of people's league now, and they, like, didn't, treat you well or take care of you when they did have you. Temperance, Queen of Cups, and the Sun. But the fact that you're also so balanced as well, too, so you don't seem bitter, you don't seem hung up on the past. If you had to walk away from someone or disconnect from someone, you kind of just seem like you don't really care that much. Like, you're happy, you're living life, you're doing your thing. Ace of Swords. And if you have a relationship with God, people find that really attractive, too. It's like you really do kind of have the whole package here, very well-rounded. So I think a lot of people like you physically, but a lot of people really like your personality as well. You'll kind of hear people talk about like, sometimes people look good, but they have a really bad personality and that makes them unattractive. You're like the opposite. You look really good and the inside is really good. So I feel like people initially find you attractive, and the more they get to know you, the more attractive you become. It's a great energy, very well-rounded, very advanced, maybe a little bit intimidating to some people, but definitely very admirable and aspirational for a lot of people. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. Great energy. I hope you enjoyed that. Very, kind of sensual, though, but I like it. That's what I have for you, Pile 1. I do hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed that. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, those who book personal readings with me, and my members who get early access to all of my pick-a cards. It's because of you I'm able to do these readings. But thank you all so much, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, Pile 2. So if you chose a second pile, then this is your reading on what do people find attractive about you. Okay, Pile 2. At first, when I pulled this spread out, I was like, okay, what's going on? But then it kind of made me chuckle because I'm getting a lot. We'll get kind of into the physical stuff, but I'm getting a lot about the way that you carry yourself and the way that you live your life that people find super attractive. But first and foremost, when it comes to your looks, number 1, I'm getting the color of your hair people really like, or your hair in general. There's something very energetic about you, your body. You have really nice skin, nice clothes. There's something really naturally attractive about you. So you don't seem like you try too hard. You don't seem like you have to do too much. You kind of seem blessed genetically. I'm also getting with the Ace of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. You do look well off, but once again, not a show off. You could be the kind of person where people assume that you have more money than you let on. You seem pretty discreet in that way, but people find that very attractive, high class kind of energy. Now, we had the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, and at first I was like, what is this? And then I looked at the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles, looking away from these kind of closed off energies and looking towards really good energy. So if I'm honest, Pile 2, people kind of get the vibe from you that you kind of float above kind of the nitty gritty or the dirty parts of life. So you seem very optimistic, very forward thinking. I just heard you still have the light in your eyes, or you seem kind of untouched or unfazed by some of the uglier parts of life. Whether or not that's true, I can't really say, but you just kind of look like you've been very well taken care of. You look like you still either have your joy or your innocence, or for some of you, once again, I just heard, and once again, I don't have any opinion on this personally, But like if some of you don't have a whole lot of like tattoos or piercings, or you have like your natural hair color or something like that. I heard somebody lives in a place where a lot of people have plastic surgery and you don't. Or like you look really natural. There's something here where you just kind of seem like you don't need all the extra stuff or like all the extra gimmicks. And once again, this is just appearance wise. So like you could wear makeup. You could put a lot of effort into your looks, but it looks like you were just born that way. I don't know if you live in a place where people like care about that, but they do. It's like you don't need all the extra stuff. Or it looks so natural that people just assume that it's all natural. And for some of you, you are all natural. Death card. Transformation. Knight of Swords, Five of Swords. Three of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. You guys definitely have... I just keep getting this very, like, high class vibe, which is interesting because we got that Five of Pentacles and I was like, okay, what is that? But then I got so many more pentacles. So once again, I think for you, yes, your looks, you look naturally handsome or naturally beautiful, like full stop. And you look very well put together. I did get that Ten of Cups as well with the Three of Pentacles. So definitely you kind of have that look of like husband material, wife material. But even more than that, it's something about your demeanor. You could be very like nonchalant seeming. Look at all these pentacles. There's just like money everywhere. But it's like you don't try too hard or you don't like show it off too much. People could definitely just assume you come from like a really good background. I just got the weirdest intuitive message. I just heard you smell like money. Some of you wear a nice perfume or a nice cologne, or your shampoo or something smells really good, your lotion. There's definitely like an interesting vibe coming off of these cards. So oftentimes when we ask these kind of questions, we'll both get what people find attractive about you, but we also pick up on the energy of the people around you. And I feel like the people around you could be a little more materialistic or like put value on like class or something. The Emperor, yeah, the Emperor. Okay. Yeah, the Emperor. So you give off the vibe of an emperor no matter what your gender is. Someone who just either comes from like a really good background, made their way into a really good background, like classy, well put together. The Death card, sort of inaccessible here. What is the Death card? And if you look even at the Death card, I'm taking this so literally with the Magician. So you look like you like have your life well together. Okay, I'm getting a lot of very like hyper kind of materialistic messages, not for you, but like people around you picking up on this and like placing this on you and then finding that very attractive. Even looking at this Emperor, do you just ever see those people where maybe like they're not wearing super fancy clothes or anything, but like their hair looks really good, their skin looks really good, they have great posture, and you just like assume that they like, I just heard like upper echelon. And it's so funny because this message will come up, but I've told so many people this. I'm like, just take good care of yourself. You know, make sure your hair and your skin look good. Walk with your head held high and your back straight. And people are going to assume these kind of things about you. I don't know why, but I've seen it so many times. Like, you really don't have to be out here like flexing in all designer. Like, you can literally just wear like normal clothes. But if you just look well put together and walk with confidence and a sense of purpose, people will assume a lot of really good things about you. And even looking here at the Death card, you see this girl like walking with a horse. People could assume you also have like higher class hobbies. I don't know if some of you actually do horseback riding or do any like equestrian activities. I'm just seeing a lot of assumptions about like your class and people finding that very attractive. But once again, so many attributes go into that. So once again, some of you have really nice hair. Some of you dress nicely. You might know super flashy stuff, but maybe it looks high quality. Maybe it fits you well. For some of you have really nice skin or nice looking makeup. It's like you just know how to carry yourself to look Page of Wands, you could look youthful as well too. The moon, people don't know what your age is. The temper. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, the energy of the people around you is kind of weird, like, because I'm understanding what they're finding attractive about you. I feel kind of weird, like, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm seeing here very bluntly. People think you look youthful. People think you look high class. Knight of Cups. You're friendly. You're classy in terms of, like, you know, being warm, being open, being kind with people. You have a nice figure. It's just interesting that it's coming through in this way, because it's coming through really strongly, and it's coming through that people find this very attractive. But it's almost feeling like there's either like a lot of like materialistic people around you, or there's people who are like want to be like social climbers or something, or move up financially, and so they feel like, wow, look at them. Now for some of you, I'm going to be honest, I don't see a whole lot of cups and wands. So this could even be like people of your same gender who find you attractive because they're like, I need to be like them. It's, or like, if you're a man, other men are like, I need to be like that. Or if you're a woman, it's like other women being like, that's so attractive, I need to be like that. The Empress. I'll be honest, I think a lot of people who are attracted to you do not even feel like they, I just heard, are in your tax bracket with the Empress and the Star. It's almost like you're a beautiful piece of artwork. I heard the song Uptown Girl. That's actually a really good song. I'm hearing like all of those songs about like rich people. I don't know what is going on. And once again, this is from other people's perspective. So for some of you, you could be like, yeah, I do have a lot of money, or I do come from a good family. For others of you, this might be like, what is going on? But once again, the way that you carry yourself, people are just assuming. Page of Cups and the Eight of Wands. I'm getting all of these really interesting intuitive messages. I just heard you have, okay, this is going to sound so funny to some of you, but I heard you have a genteel manner. That was probably one of the most posh things I've said in a very long time. But Ace of Cups, if you're not familiar with that term, for some of you, you probably are. Just look up genteel. Gentility. Like Ace of Cups. You got class. Eight of Cups. Let's see what the Eight of Cups is. The Devil. Yeah, you're not rude. Something about you also being not rude, making people think that you're like high class. I don't know. The assumptions are just wild. Okay, anything else? Anything else for my beautiful, very classy pile two? Okay, pile two. And if this is an energy you're cultivating, yeah, people are picking up on it big time. Anything else? The Temperance. There is something very mysterious about you, and it's so funny because we finally got the Ace in the Cups, right? And I don't know if you remember, I just said, like, we're really not getting a whole lot of aces and a whole lot of cups. So, okay, I just heard Grace Kelly. For those of you, or like, what would be a good male example? I really like old movies as well. I like a lot of movies. But I would say like a Grace Kelly, or maybe like a Cary Grant. If any of you are familiar with old movies, just like look them up, because their kind of archetype, or what people immediately saw about them, was like, whoa, they look high class. Like, of course, very attractive, of course, very well put together. Watch To Catch a Thief. I love that movie. And I feel like that's the kind of vibe you have, whether you realize it or not. And if you look at both Grace Kelly and Cary Grant, like throughout the movie, sometimes they're really dressed up. Other times they're dressed down and pretty casually, but they still have that air of like sophistication. But then, like, as you get to know them more, it's like the first thing you notice is like this very attractive, classy, almost icy vibe. And then they're kind of mysterious. And then once you kind of melt the ice, then people are like, wow, like they're really attractive. Like, I think that's when people start to feel the wands and the cups, and it's very strong. So people do find you very physically attractive, and they do feel kind of this emotional or affectionate connection with you. But I feel like this very classy demeanor, this classy vibe hits people like a freight train, and that's really the first thing they pick up on. And so some of you could be a little bit more understated. You could be slightly more conservative with the way that you dress or the way that you present yourself. But But at the end of the day, there's something very authentic about your energy that I think a lot of people pick up on and they really like. I just heard you have the best of everything, but it's not even just about like finances or anything. And once again, it's not like you drive like the nicest car or you have like the most expensive stuff. For some of you, you do have really nice things, but it's really about the most important things. So once again, you have the best of everything when it comes to like, you're dressed well, you look good. If you have a car, it's well maintained. But when it comes to love, when it comes to connection, when it comes to passion, people kind of assume you have the best of that too. So if you're in a relationship or if you connect with people, there's something about the intensity of the affection or the intensity of the warmth. If you look good or if you look exciting or kind of sensual, people kind of assume it's sort of like the best of it. I don't know how to explain it. I hope that makes sense. But it's like you seem to have a high quality or a high standard to every part of your life. Now, for some of you with this Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, these can be very intimate energies as well. So this could even be people who are really close to you or people if you've ever been in a relationship. Like, especially if you're in a relationship, your person feels like the love you give, the intimacy that you have is like the best of the best. Doesn't mean it's perfect. It just means it's great. And the Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Beautiful. People think you come from a good family. You carry yourself well. You dress well. The way that you speak, the interpersonal relationships that you have, everything just seems like the best of the best. Better than money can buy. Wow. And especially too, like, if you have like a good family or your in-laws like you, there's just this feeling of like, this is the best it gets. Wow. Nine of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is the best of the best. And once again, it doesn't have to mean that you're perfect. But I feel like you seem to hold yourself to a very high standard and you seem to be kind of like in that top 1%. Maybe for some of you it's finances, but I feel like for a lot of you it's like, you ever just meet those people who like, they're well put together, they're intelligent, they speak well, they carry themselves well. Maybe you do little things to make people feel loved and appreciated. I'm thinking about that show on Netflix, the Megan Sussex show, where like things seem natural. Yes, of course, there's definitely like a higher earning or a higher class element to it, but she's doing like a lot of little things. Like she's making like Epsom salts as like a little gift package for her guests, or making like a little fruit tray or something, but arranging it beautifully. There's something here where no matter how many resources you have, you do things to the best of your ability, or you just kind of look like everything is just the best it could be. Now, one thing I will say is this: with this beautiful energy, you might be the kind of person who maybe falls into a little bit of perfectionism, or you could maybe even be a little bit hard on yourself, but the way it looks from the outside looking in is like, wow, this is the best it gets. Wow. Beautiful energy, pile 2. Oh my gosh. And I think what you've done is you've committed yourself, not even just to like financial abundance, which is great, but to personal abundance. Being as kind as you can, being as generous as you can, being as loving as you can. And once again, there's limits to all of that. But from other people's perspective, you go above and beyond. And this might even seem kind of funny to you listening to this. Like you might be like, honestly, I'm really not doing that much. To other people, it seems like, whoa. So really give yourself credit, give yourself a little pat on the back, because I feel like if people just gave you marks in terms of like looks, demeanor, personality, it would be straight A's across the board. Wow. Honestly, like the cards are not playing today. You all are really deemed so attractive, not even just for your looks, but the way that you carry yourself. And I think we all know that when you have a great personality, you carry yourself well, you present the whole package beautifully, you will be seen as attractive. You don't have to be, you know, the most incredibly gorgeous person in the world. Your energy is gorgeous. The way that you carry yourself is gorgeous. And that's how people see you. Beautiful energy, pile 2. Very like high class, classy. I'm getting like a Jasmine Tookes vibe. If you know who Jasmine Tookes is, like the best of the best. That's what I have for you. I do hope that resonated. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful energy pile too. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, those who book personal readings with me, and my members who get exclusive access to pick a cards early. But thank you all so much once again, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you. Hi, pile 3. So if you chose a third pile, then this is your reading on what makes you attractive. What do people find attractive about you? So I'm seeing some very intense attractive energy, but with the Eight of Swords, pile 3, I want you to be very honest with yourself and acknowledge the fact that you are attractive. I don't know if you've been not feeling so good or if you could be a little self-deprecating sometime. That needs to stop because people are finding you extremely attractive. Now with the Eight of Swords, it's kind of giving me that energy of, you know that One Direction song, You Don't Know You're Beautiful? I don't know if people kind of feel like that's how you feel about yourself, or like, you know, we can all be our own worst critics. I think all of us, even if we're like, yeah, you know, I know I'm beautiful, I know I look good, but sometimes we can be harsh on ourselves or harsh on our physical appearance. I don't know if there's people around you who know that, or if you just don't walk with a confidence that matches how attractive people find you. So I feel like you really just don't quite understand how attractive you look to other people. So with the Strength, I'm seeing a natural attractiveness. Your body looks great. First and foremost, for some of you, you either have a really nice natural shape, good height, people really like your hair, beautiful eyes, really nice like natural body shape and proportions in particular. Some of you have like a nice waist or a nice stomach here, beautiful skin, great hair with that Strength. So have you ever just seen those people where, once again, they're not walking around like, oh my gosh, I'm so hot, I'm so great. You know, they're kind of like, you know, maybe a little more shy, maybe a little bit more reserved. I see people like this quite often, especially in my line of work. I'm always like looking at people's appearance because in my line of work, it's kind of like par for the course. And I'll just look at someone and be like, you are so gorgeous or so natural, you look so beautiful. But they're not walking around like they really know it. Maybe they do. But I feel like people honestly feel kind of surprised by that. Like you kind of have that look where people assume you'd maybe be a little bit more like with your chest puffed out, a little bit more like, yeah. But you don't have that vibe at all. Now with the Ace of Cups and the Chariot, you do seem very active. You do seem very confident, at least when it comes to certain actions. This could be work. This could be like sports, athletics, some sort of hobby. So I feel like when you're in your element, you just don't walk around like somebody who has a big ego when it comes to their looks. So it's not that you don't look confident. I don't know if you like are around people who are used to like people who are naturally attractive being a little bit more like haughty or a little more, you know, like I'm so hot. You don't give off that vibe. You don't seem not confident, but you just don't have the kind of demeanor that people would expect from someone who looks like you. And I'm gonna be honest, like you look good. I think you take really good care of yourself. Let's get some more. Also, like with the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're really nice and warm and kind, which can make a person very, very attractive. With the Nine of Pentacles, I'll be honest, people do assume that you're doing quite well. There's something independent about you. People assume that you're financially stable. And I think that people find that very attractive as well. Also, the way that you dress, I think people find very attractive. Now, with the Justice, you could have some sort of like either strong moral code, or people just kind of assume that I just got the randomest intuitive messages. Sometimes these intuitive messages, they just pop into my head like a thought, but they're so funny. I just heard you look like you don't break the law. So I don't know, there's a lot of people who do break the law around you. The Six of Pentacles, you look like you pay your taxes. You look like you pay your bills on time, and people find this very attractive, pile 3. No, this is cute. You look like you're honest. Now, exciting, very attractive, like fiery energy. But you don't look like you just give it out to anybody. What is the Seven of Swords? The Death card. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't know if there's a lot of people around you who are just like not honest people or people who are like shady. You seem really like not shady, and people find this very attractive. If some of you are like in a big city, maybe that's the reason, or your neighborhood or something. Emperor, yeah, 7 of Pentacles. It's so funny because with these piles today, I feel like so much of it is informed by the values of the people around you. Also, there's something too about rarity or scarcity making things very attractive. Okay, that's the first time that popped into my head as well. So like, for instance, if you live in an area where maybe people don't have that much money, if you see someone with a lot of money, that makes them seem attractive because it's rare. If you live in a community where maybe there's a lot of like crime or a lot of like hardships, if somebody looks like they are really well put together and they follow the rules and stuff, that can look very attractive as well because it's rare. You look like you have savings, you look like you have investments, but you do look like fun though. You also look loyal and faithful. It's like you could step out on somebody, but you wouldn't. The 6 of Cups. Okay. Okay. I do see a lot of past people as well finding you very attractive. I've also been getting this in today's reading as well, where if you've had some sort of glow up or some sort of transformation over time, I think that's also really increased your attractiveness to a lot of people from the past. I don't know if people from your past expected you to be as successful and abundant and as attractive as you are. And you have confidence. But for some reason, people think that you would just act way more like a player or way more like egotistical, or you would like look down on people. Why did I just hear Miami? I don't know if somebody's in Miami. Or like some sort of city where people can be really like judgmental or judgy. I'm not from Miami, but I've heard the stories. Or like LA, maybe like New York. 2 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups. And the Tower. And the 3 of Cups. Okay, what do people find attractive about you? 2 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Tower, and the 9 of Swords. Oh, okay, there's something very inaccessible about you to certain people. Why am I hearing the song like Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne? So once again, there's something about you where you really look like you have your life together. You do seem very confident. You do seem very well put together. And I feel like the people around you find this very attractive. But there's some people who know that they can't have access to you or feel like they couldn't have access to you, and they find this attractive as well. You're different. You're different. Like, whether or not it's you looking very attractive but not being egotistical, or, you know, being really well put together, or being very financially stable. And once again, these are just assumptions largely. Now, for some of you, you have people in your life where they know that this is accurate for you, or they assume this is accurate for you. But you just seem like you've really got your life together, and for some reason, this is really making you stand out. King of Cups. Aww. Now, if you're in a relationship, I feel like your person really loves you for this reason too. Like, you're attractive, but you're not like over the top about it. You're not, I don't know, like, you're just not one of those people who's like, I'm so hot, or like you're just not like that. You care more about like your success or your accomplishments. You're very exciting, but you're really stable, or stability is really important to you, and this is very attractive. And once again, your person could either like feel like they lack this, or they really value this as well, and they find this extremely attractive. It's like the fact that you look so good is just a bonus, but it's not your only your only quality here. Anything else? Page of Wands. You do have a youthful look. 5 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Okay, I'm getting one more thing too. So you're very attractive, and I'm getting it now. I think first and foremost, your accomplishments, intellect, or like your financial stability are like, whew, that's the first thing, and it screams loud and clear. But with the Page of Wands, the Five of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Wands, I do feel like you're kind of disarming to people, and they find this attractive as well. So when people meet you, they could either think you're younger than you are, you're less experienced, but you have like a really intense confidence. You have kind of like this dominant sensuality that I think people like as well, if I'm honest. Knight of Pentacles. You're not afraid to move slowly either as well, and you're definitely not afraid to like disconnect or walk away or let go of things. I just heard cost risk analysis. You could be good with numbers or something, or very logical. I'm trying to think of like who this reminds me of. You just got it on lock. I don't know. It's like really strongly, yes, you're very physically attractive, but people can 1000% tell that's not only not all that you have, but it's not even like your main selling point. And you look really good. But the fact that like your looks are not even your main selling point, like, ooh, I'm getting kind of this like sassy energy. I'm almost getting like, oh, all you guys have is your looks. Like, that's it. I don't know, like, if that's actually how you feel or if that's how the energy feels. The Eight of Wands. When people talk to you, they realize really fast. I think people make assumptions about you when they look at you. But when you talk, they lose that really fast. Six of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. I feel like you really throw people for a loop. So let's try to summarize this because I'm getting a little bit of complexity here. So when people first meet you, you definitely look like you have yourself put together. You look like, once again, a very upstanding citizen. Definitely someone that people feel like they could take home to mom and dad. But you don't have like a strong ego. So you don't seem super materialistic. You do seem like you have your material world put together, but you're not like frivolous in that way. But then when people speak to you, I almost get this kind of passive energy where you look naturally very attractive. You could look like you have like a pretty good job and stuff. But when people speak to you, they're like, oh, this is an intelligent person. This is a confident person. This is a capable person. People could also assume you're younger than you are. There's something where your energy first reads a little bit more passive. But if people talk to you or connect with you, you're like a fiery Queen of Wands here, King of Pentacles kind of energy. Very attractive, very fiery, but it's sort of like, don't judge a book by its cover, because something about your demeanor, your energy doesn't scream. It speaks gently but clearly and intensely. I don't know if you're around a lot of people whose energy tries to scream without a whole lot of substance behind it. You've got this like quiet confidence. But once again, there could be people around you who are used to people who are either like very egotistical or all bark and no bite when it comes to their energy. But with the Eight of Swords, maybe you're quieter than other people or a little bit more reserved than other people. And so people might immediately assume like, oh, do you not realize like how attractive you are or how like good you look or something? But very quickly they realize like, oh no, you realize that's just not your main source of power. That's just the cherry on top. Period. I love this energy, Pile 3. Very, not only exciting, but there's a lot of intense energy behind it as well too. And we all know, looks fade. It's not supposed to be the most important thing. I think it's something you've curated, and definitely you have a lot of natural attractiveness. You take very good care of yourself. You look good, but you know that can't be the only thing that you've got. You've got talent, you've got drive, you've got ambition, you've got stability. You've got it all in spades. But there's something about your energy where, once again, it kind of comes out a little bit more gently, But then the longer people spend time with you, it's like, oh no, this person's a powerhouse. I love it. That's what I have for you, pile 3. Great energy all around. Very exciting energy for everyone. I love to see it. We got some looks, we got some personality, we got some energy, the whole package. Everybody's is different, but it all looks good to me. All right, that's what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed that, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. Special thank you to my Patreon patrons, those who book personal readings with me, and my members who get early access to all of my pick-a-cards. But thank you all so much once again, and until I see you next time, stay safe, stay blessed, and God bless you.